Oh, it just went live. Okay. Oh, let me click Instagram because I stopped it because it wasn't going live. It was like, is it Mercury retrograde?
I don't know. But I see it live now on my Instagram.
Oh, that's
So
so
I'm
funny.
good.
Yes, mine is now on Instagram too. Oh, hi guys. Okay, so here we are. Technical difficulties in the house.
Yes.
I'm here with one of our favorites, Cheryl Murphy. Thank you so much
Hi.
for being here, Cheryl.
Thank you for inviting me back, Jeffrey. It's always a joy.
That got hot in here real fast.
That's a workout right there.
Totally. Yeah. So as we were saying earlier in our first
Yeah.
time rolling that didn't go anywhere, how have you been this summer? It's been since May.
Great. I know we haven't seen each other virtually even for
Yeah.
a few months, and you've been busy with your retreats, and
Mhm.
I've been on hiatus with the radio show, Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. Kelly and I are taking a summer break. We'll be coming back in the fall with season 3.
Wow.
Yes, 3 seasons. It just goes by so fast.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I mean,
Thank
yeah, it
you.
is. It is going so fast.
Thank you. And, we're into summer now, and gosh, so much is happening energetically with the planet and with everyone in general. I know the heat's getting to a lot of us. It's so hot where I am. I hope you're staying cool where you are, Jeffrey.
Well, I live in the Bay Area. So,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I live on the water where it's always like 60 or 70 degrees.
Oh,
So I'm lucky in that sense.
mhm. Yeah. Well, it's hot here, but we expect it because I live in the desert, so but it's expected. But yeah, we're doing great over here, and the vibe of the energy that's happening this summer. I mean, it's really thrilling. I haven't been sleeping as much. I've been noticing because there's so much energy, especially early morning. I don't know about you, but it's as if it's almost like I have 2 days rolled into one. I get so much more done now, and I'm meditating almost twice as long because there's so much to be working with right now.
Yeah. There is a lot going on. And you know what? The mornings, absolutely. I wake up anymore at, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30 is sleeping in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 o'clock seems to be and that's early for me, but it's like that's when my body wakes up, and I'm like, I just feel so energized, and you know, I, I I go outside and look at the stars or, because it's warm at night still and just enjoy the peaceful nature. Stepping out, meditating outside has been very helpful.
Yeah, it's true. Everything outside is very helpful. When you're I live on the water. So I have this sense of it's a level of peace that I have not experienced
Wow.
because I haven't lived on the water before. And and it's every day I'm out there, within this state of gratitude and awe that I get to be here. And I think, well, I must have done something good somewhere along the line. How did I get here?
Yeah,
And so I know exactly what you mean.
yeah.
It's incredible.
I used to live in the water, on the water. I used to live in Hawaii for a couple of years and on Maui. And it's highly recommended for you or for anyone to live in Hawaii or at least visit there if you can.
I lived in Maui too. I
You
lived in
did.
Haiku.
You lived in Haiku.
Yeah.
I lived in Lahaina and then in Wailuku.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Haiku's kind of up country, isn't it? Or on your
Yeah.
in Paia,
It's
that
right
type of
past
area.
Bahia. Yeah. Hmm.
How lovely.
Yeah. It is lovely. That seems like a couple lifetimes ago.
Gosh.
Mhm.
I go there as much as I can to visit friends or to go back and celebrate aloha. Yeah.
Yeah. And as do I. And I have not been back since the whole Lahaina
Mhm,
tragedy.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's like a second home to me.
It is. It should be. It's got a beautiful, amazing energy there, and one to be respected as well. You know, one to be respected living on water, near water, when you're with the ocean and the beautiful energy and the activation that it allows us to have. I mean, you can really open up your intuition. Just
Oh,
right? Do you feel that?
oh, kablam. I mean, really, that's where most of my beginnings started. And Pele was
Pele.
quite active with all of that.
Yes.
The Menehune were, that was a whole big experience in itself. And yeah, the Menehune, for those of you that might not be aware, are the Hawaiian fairies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Nature spirits.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that.
But it's beautiful. Mama Maui is some people call her the heart chakra of the earth.
Oh, that I love it. That's
Mhm.
a wonderful
Yeah.
gesture because I feel that's so true.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, we've got it doesn't look like I wonder if we're having some kind of a connection with like difficulty, you know, getting started. We didn't go live when we pushed live and we got the error message and hi Jess, hi Vicky. Vicky's here again. And hi Sue and Mary. Yes, I'm back. And Shaughnessy, hi Shaughnessy from Illinois.
I see
Maria.
yeah, I see Beth. Hi, Beth and Jess.
Oh, there's Beth. Yep. And on Instagram, we have hi Evie. Evie just popped in. Hi, Evie's my neighbor. I went and had tea with her one day.
Aw.
And Tool AZ and K Travel says hi, Jeff and Cheryl. Asa
Hi.
Flowers. Oh, my friend Asa, he lives on Maui. He has this
Yes.
brilliant, beautiful flower company,
Oh,
flower arrangement business. Oh my God. He provides flowers for all the big hotels out there. He's amazing.
does he?
Yeah.
That's an
Sophers
art.
here.
You
Yeah.
know, those flower decorations are an art form,
Oh,
aren't
it's
they?
incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. Mhm. So yeah, it's good to see you all. Cheryl and I are here. We're just gonna do some readings for everybody. And we were on earlier and doing some readings. We're just gonna keep it going. If you all have any questions, put it in the comments with capital letters so it's easier for us to see. Although there just aren't very many people here, so I don't think it'll be that hard to find.
Can we do some readings? But also, you know what I love about your show, Jeffrey, is sometimes you do a card reading, and I don't, if it's, do you have your cards with you? Could you like pull a card for the group? You know,
Yeah,
I love when the group asks a question and you pull a card, like, you know, or just in general, pull a card to help guide us. So
absolutely. All right, so we're gonna pull a card for that.
should we a guidance card?
Yes, a guidance card. Yep.
Okay. So we'll just allow spirit to give us help us with whatever is most appropriate and our highest good. So everyone just send love to Jeffrey and to your angels, your guides.
All right. Well, not surprising.
Oh my gosh.
It's the empath.
Oh my gosh. It's a
And
mermaid.
it's the empath. It's a mermaid. The mermaid comes from the sea. The sea represents the emotions, and and the message on here is alone time is needed
Oh.
because we're all such feelers. You know, this is really interesting. We talk about this often, and we even address, you know, our audience, our viewers that are here with us. Everybody here is on the spiritual path, the spiritual awakened, conscious expansion, right? And I dare say every one of us here is a feeler. You know, we have opened up to that space of feeling the subtleties the spirit has to offer, the subtleties in emotions with other people, the subtleties in rooms, spaces, places, you know? And with everything that's going on right now, collectively, politically, what just happened in our country this last weekend, what's still going on in the UK or in Ukraine and Russia, you know, all that stuff. It's just heating up, right? So I can appreciate that spirit is saying alone time is needed, and it's so okay.
We were just talking about Maui, and here you pull a card with a mermaid in the middle of the ocean, which reminds me of Maui. And
Yeah,
then it says alone time is needed. And I think, yes, aloha time is needed, right? Aloha time where we need to
absolutely.
spend that time loving ourselves or being compassionate and not judging, anything about ourselves
Yeah,
and not judging anything about sitting in the beauty of the silence of the breath, sitting in the silence of the beauty of our own awareness, of our own presence, that how lucky we are to be able to be connected to Mother Earth and to you and to our audience and to really participate in quite an evolutionary time.
100% evolutionary. I mean, there's so much happening. There's so much strife. And being here the way that we are now together, doing this together, having these shows as these formats to talk about all this, right? The safe spaces. But we're all expanding in
Mhm,
such a way where we're recognizing that participation is very important
mhm,
for every single one of us. You know what I mean? Participating in our own spiritual evolution, participating in our community, participating in our own health and well-being, taking action, in sorts. And it comes up quite often in readings, actually, where, spirit's here supporting us in ways that this mind, this noodle, physical noodle, it's so hard for us to wrap our mind around the vastness of spirit and the support of spirit. And if we could literally see what was there for us, or even more, see who we are, we wouldn't be afraid of anything, right?
mhm,
We wouldn't be
mhm,
afraid. We wouldn't be insecure. We wouldn't.
mhm,
And quite often when people reach out and say, I'm feel stuck, don't quite know what my passion is, that's a great place to be. That's a beautiful place to be, because that's your place of acknowledging, I'm feeling more.
mhm.
I'm feeling more. And then the potential when we're opening up and open our hearts to receiving, that little pilot light can kick on your insides.
So what you're saying is being stuck is a gift sometimes because it's a good starting point
Absolutely.
to go somewhere next. It's as if the universe is giving us a choice.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're feeling stuck, so where do you want to go next? What do you want to do? Maybe that's the universe's call to us to say, what do you want to do? You get to decide. And sometimes when we're evolving and transforming, Jeffrey, we don't feel it. Some of us feel it on an enormous level. Some of us it's very subtle, but it's really not until we kind of step out of the situation or when we look back that we go, wow, what a transformative time in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. It's, the next card that came out here as we were talking is the spider. And the spider is all about creation. The spider is about creativity and manifesting. And like you said, if we can step back and look at our own unfoldment
Mhm.
and who we used to be to who we are today, you're right. Some of us don't feel it. Some of us feel the subtleties and the differences in energies, and some don't. And it's very easy to get caught up in that place of comparing ourselves to those who might, to our perception, feel like they're going so much smoother or faster or smarter or better or brighter or lighter. It's that comparison. But when we take the initiative and meet spirit halfway, whether we feel it or not, you will absolutely feel it when you step back and recognize, oh, this is how far I've come.
Mhm.
And so much has to do with us and our own healing. Because the more we heal our insides, more we heal those childhood wounds and those traumas and apply forgiveness, starting with ourself to all of our own inner judgments that, we woulda, shoulda, coulda ourselves. And if we looking back, we start to let go of resentments and judgments, and we lighten our load. And as that's happening, we're increasing our frequency and increasing our vibration. And it sounds super woo-woo, but there's a whole lot of truth in there.
It's as if we're being asked to love ourselves even when we feel stuck, because we always think we have to be doing something or being somewhere or
Yeah.
showing up for something. And sometimes the universe is just saying, wow, you know what? There's a bigger picture going on. You may not see it yet, but you will. And, for now, breathe, love yourself, be kind, and all is well, or all will be well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And to be okay with the places when you're in a pause.
Yes. Right. When you're at pause.
Pauses are periods of, the way I see it, pauses are periods of leveling up. And we're put on pause so we can be uplifted to the next level. And a lot of times we feel like we've completely stepped back, when we feel like that we hear crickets. We're spirit. We feel like we're alone. We don't hear anything. We don't sense anything. We don't feel anything. And it's just a pause.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes in the evening when I'm hearing the crickets, so to speak, or if I'm outside with nature and we, feel the breeze or we hear the birds, I feel my guides with me and I'm showing up for them as well. So I'll acknowledge that. I'll say, I'm here for you as well. I'm here to connect through love. I'm here to connect through service for others. But I'm really here to connect to really, like you said, level up, raise the vibration of those around me or of the planet. How can I serve? Right? Always asking, how may I serve?
Totally. That's a beautiful place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Hypnicity says her automatic writing has told her that she's here to shine the light on the path for those who are ready to see it. Yes. That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And there's a lot of people asking to see it. That's maybe part of our message too, Jeffrey, is there's a lot of people awakening right now or going through looking and searching. And, hypnicity could be the answer to someone's prayer. Right?
Oh,
Her light is going to answer someone's prayer today, even on the show.
I love that so much. I have this this little printout up here that says, "Live as if you are the answer to someone's prayer." Said by my old friend Robert Ohado.
Oh, Robert.
And it's so true. When you say, how can I serve? If you wake up and that's all you do that day, that's a beautiful place to be.
That's the biggest thing you can do that day, really, right?
Seriously.
It's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that reminder, Cheryl.
You're welcome. Tracy is saying can hear you but can't see you on Facebook. So I don't know who's Facebook, but just
I'm not surprised. I mean, how it all started. Sorry, Tracy. Yeah. I think StreamYard might be having some minor issues today.
Probably could be a little hiccup there.
Mm-hmm.
But may I say to Pauline, she's saying, please read me. Lost my dad last month. Pauline,
absolutely.
I don't know why. I want to tell you, Pauline, I feel your dad. I feel that I feel your dad. And I keep hearing songs and music and I keep hearing the Beatles. And, I kind of keep hearing, I'm here, this feeling of him saying, I'm here. And he's showing me, I feel like the clock rings at either 3 o'clock or the clock rings at the same time every day, that you do have a clock with an alarm on it, or this type of feeling of the bells is what I'm hearing ringing, and him saying all is not lost. Even though you're saying that you're lost with your dad, and gosh, we sure, our hearts go out to you. very hard, very difficult, of course. And just blessings to you. And it takes a lot to come on the show. And thank you for your question and reaching out to us.
Yeah, Pauline, my heart goes out with you as well. Everybody send Pauline a little bit extra love. That's fresh. Sorry for your loss.
Oh, now I can't hear you, Jeffrey.
Oh
Is
no.
this Facebook?
No.
What? I can't hear you. But I see maybe Lori's friend Kirk is helping us, because I was just going to read for Lori Albert. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's her friend Kirk.
Can anybody hear
you?
me?
No, I don't hear you.
You don't hear me?
Can anyone hear Jeffrey? Can you let us know? Can you hear Jeffrey? Yes, you can hear him, or no, you cannot?
Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Guys.
I can hear you both. Oh, good.
Wait,
well, a lot of people can hear us both.
Your
good thing I can read hearts, lists? Jeffrey, and your heart's in the right place, so I'm good.
Okay.
Funny.
So everybody's okay. We're good on YouTube. Can you hear me?
Yes, even thank you for my Instagram. Jay Perenzi can hear both of us. He can see and hear both of us. I didn't touch anything. Spirit is look behind you, Jeffrey.
I know, I gotta look at my
oh my gosh, I don't know what you're saying. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So
well, we can continue this way. Yes, a lot of people can hear both of us, so I'm not worried. We'll just continue on.
Okay. So
oh, this is funny.
Lori Albert.
Oh, yes. Can I get a reading for my friend Kirk? You know, Lori, I was feeling like you and Kirk went to a concert together, or you went to listen to some music together, because Kirk is saying, hey, don't you remember the time we went to go listen to that music and those beats, or those dancing together? And that it's almost like two hearts is one, this feeling of jiving and getting along. So that's what I'm going to give you. And we'll see if Jeffrey would like to say something. Jay Perenzi is also saying we're in Mercury retrograde pre-shadow. Thank you.
Oh. Lori, there is this great feeling that I want to acknowledge, this sense of I want to talk about this sense of like camaraderie, this sense of playfulness, this sense of companionship, this sense of but more like, does it make sense that he feels more like a brother to me than a friend? There's this really deep connection that I feel like is more soul connection than a friend. It feels very deep to me. Lori, are you still there? And there's this feeling like I want to remind you.
I was thinking if StreamYard had closed caption, I could read what you were saying.
Oh.
Let's see.
Holy cow, you know what? I don't think so.
Oh, he was your partner in spirit work. Oh, that's great.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there is that feeling that I want to remind you of. And I know that you know this, but there's like a whole new level of, it's like he's part of your spirit team now that he's there. There's this feeling of like your own work leveling up that he's really, really excited about. And I feel like I want to remind you of, oh my gosh, it's a song. Okay, hold on. All night long. You shook me all night. AC/DC. I mean, it feels like it's taking me back. It's like you shook me all night long. Is that AC/DC? Oh, Cheryl can't hear me. You guys, is that AC/DC? Anyway, I just want to tell you that there is this playful, joyful feeling coming from him with regard to this music. And and you're going to be at a place where this comes up, know that that's him. And it's very exciting. It's a very excited, like he can't wait for you to be in that place. Because even though those of us who do this work, Lori and Cheryl, but she can't hear me, it's just as exciting when we get those hellos from heaven, when we're in our own state of grief. It's just the extra reminder. So anyway, Lori, I'll leave you with his love. Cheryl? Nothing? Still nothing. Okay. If you put your mouse over your, if you put your mouse over your corner, you can unmute.
Yes, no, they cannot hear me. Oh, now they're saying now I can't hear Cheryl. Thank you. Those 3 people have said cannot hear Cheryl now. I can hear Cheryl on Facebook, but not on YouTube.
Oh yeah. So this is
Put your mouse over the 3 dots in the corner of the window. Okay.
do you
No, I'm not muted.
well, I hear you. Other people hear you. I'm
Some
not
people
muted.
can hear both of us fine.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Well, okay. Cheryl, you pick next.
So funny.
Okay, so
they can hear us both now. Yeah. I'll go next. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to pick someone that maybe I've never given a reading to before. So let me just go to my Instagram, and I see Blonde Mafia 187. It says, "Hi, I would love a reading. Can you type in what question you have from me?" Just to tell you, Blonde Mafia, hi, Damaris is watching. So Blonde Mafia, I'll wait for your question, but I felt a connection happening with you, like a new partnership or new love interest. So I'll just wait for her to respond, Jeffrey, and hopefully she's still with us. Oh, I wanted to know if my brother had a message for me. Oh, good. Let me work with this. This is good. I do feel you are a champion for your brother like you were in his corner, if I may just stay with that. I do, like you were his champion is what he's saying. I do feel like, is your father also over there, please? I do feel your father has crossed, if that makes sense, please. And I do feel, and I saw an important necklace that you wear or that you have a connection with your brother. So I just feel like him saying that, I just feel like, and no, he's still alive. I just want to say I feel like your brother's saying, no, your life or your life path is somewhat, at a bottleneck is what I'm hearing, Blonde Mafia 187. As if you have choices or you're not sure which way to go. But I want to tell you, I do feel a lot of love coming through for your brother. And I get the heart symbol, please, the heart symbol over the heart. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you can understand that, please let us know in the comments section, and I'll hand it back over to Jeffrey.
Okay. Tracy McGinley says, I've never had a reading. Hi, Tracy. Well, thank you for being here. So, Tracy, um, do you understand a feeling of, I feel this sense of frustration. I feel this sense of frustration. I feel this sense of, like something is changing, something is shifting, and I feel like I am not quite sure which direction I'm supposed to turn. I feel like there is a strife in some relationships, and I feel like I just want to crawl in bed and get under the blankets. Tracy, if you're still here, please let me know that I'm talking to you. There is this feeling where I want to remind you of your own voice. And it feels to me like I want to encourage you. And it's like spirit is trying to get your attention and remind you that your own truth, your own authenticity, and your own perspective is just as important as you believe everybody else is to be. I want to remind you that you are more than enough and that you're worth it. And I really feel like the spirit is just really like totally trying to lift you up, really lift you up and remind you that you've got so much support from the other side. And it's like I want to encourage you to continue with the work in that deep healing, the healing from the wounds of the past, that really hard work, really letting go of the armor that we carry with us, the armor that ends up blocking us from true connection with people in life because we're guarded, right? We put blocks up. So when the healing starts to happen, when we start to really recognize, okay, it's time to let this go. It's time to forgive. It's time to look through the lenses of compassion. I talked about that earlier. I really want to encourage you to turn that all around at you in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror because that is where it starts. You're amazing. You have a beautiful heart, and remember that about yourself. And I think there are more than one of us here that needed to hear that. So, Tracy, I am giving you a great big hug here. Spirit also wants me to remind you that to maintain an open dialogue. Maintain an open dialogue with Spirit. There is a lot of pinging on you where they're really trying to get your attention, and really and again, this is going for a lot more people here on this call. Spirit is really trying to get your attention. And I'm going to go back to that feeling of struggle that I was recognizing earlier. And just know that this is only temporary, and this is only your own soul, your guides and guardians working with you to help you realize that you're being lifted, you're being uplifted. And I'm giving you a hug from here. Cheryl, can you hear me yet? Oh, that's awesome. So okay, smart.
I can hear you on my phone, so I just turn it down. So it's a lovely reading you gave Tracy. Yeah, that was lovely. May I just answer a question for someone? Ward Van de Plas was asking, is love coming towards me, please? And yes. I felt in a big way. And it feels like you're already taking action steps to create that purpose to happen. So what I would do for this part of your life while you're waiting, because I do feel very soon in the next few months, even because I do feel you're taking action steps. So it is about not so much being patient, but it's about doing things that make you happy, like step into receiving mode. It's not about waiting. I would never want anyone to wait, but it is about taking action steps. Like, what makes you happy today? Do you go to the bookstore? Do you buy yourself a cup of coffee? Take those little action steps to keep this energy high. All right. So I hope that helps you. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, Ward. That's what I was feeling as well. So I want to second what Cheryl was saying. And here's how it came through for me. Spirit can be very playful, and I got a very playful message. So you know how people talk about wanting to win the lottery, but they just don't play. They never buy a ticket. So the message here is, like if one wanted to win the lottery, the message would be, well, you got to buy a ticket. So here's the thing. In the playful manner that this is coming through from guides, guardians, your loved ones, get yourself out there. Get yourself out. Like Cheryl was saying, go to the bookstore, go to the coffee shop, and participate. Absolutely. As Cheryl said, I feel it within you as well. I feel it in your auric field. There is that probability swirling around. And I want to talk about the own work that you've been doing as well. I spoke about this on the last show, and it's very similar. All of us here, we're all conscious of our own healing. We're working through our own wounds, traumas, we're working on our own spiritual development, our own connection with ourselves, with our family, with our friends. We're all here doing the work. And I can feel that you've been doing that work within yourself, Ward. And I just want to remind you that work that you're doing, you'll be attracting somebody doing that same work. In other words, the person that you're attracting will have already been in that own process of doing their own work too, elevating themselves as you're elevating yourself. And this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. We want somebody of equal, that we don't want to attract somebody that we're going to have to coach into a relationship, right? we don't, so we want that the equality, that somebody that's going to help you and help lift you and help with your healing, reflect, be that mirror that you need for your own healing. And that's what I see coming for you. Absolutely. So go to that coffee and buy somebody some coffee. Yeah. Oh, and he says, all right, he says, all right, gonna buy coffee then. All right. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Ward. All right, you guys. Cheryl, did you have somebody, or no, you just chose Ward. Okay, so I saw somebody else. Oh, Maureen. Hi, Maureen. Thank you for being here. Maureen. So Maureen, when I look at you, I want to talk about how when I look at you and I feel into your auric field, I'm going to talk about your auric field again, because there's a color on your left side. When I see orange on somebody's left side, and this is not everybody, this is just me, and I don't know why, but when I see orange on somebody's left side, it indicates shift and change, either in the home or in the work or both. That orange is absolutely there. It feels very connected to your work. And there is this feeling like I want to be playful with you as well. In the same way that Spirit was playful with Ward. It's like if you want to win the lottery, you've got to buy a lottery ticket. If you want to find a love or attract a love, you have to get out there and put yourself out there. And that's what I feel like I want to encourage you to go to that place, stepping outside of your box, outside of your comfort zone, and really like putting yourself out there where it is a little uncomfortable. Oh my God. And I know that feeling so much. There is this feeling of, they put a teacher's hat on you, And it's like you have a mentor within you, a coach, a teacher of sorts. And a lot of healing to offer as well. I mean, I really love that feeling. A very heart-centered space, very compassionate, very loving. Cheryl, do you have anything to add for Maureen here?
Thank you. Let me add to that. And it's such a beautiful reading. And Maureen, thank you so much for your question. Along with the orange that Jeffrey was seeing in your auric field, I was feeling pink and that you're surrounded with guides and angels. You must connect to angels. I'm hearing go bigger with your business. So whether you've been like hiding or shy or hesitating, I just keep hearing like the time is now and to really believe in yourself. I'm also getting the color of yellow. I feel like it's a favorite color of yours or a guide's color, could be a color of yellow, like a yellow ball of light. And I'm hearing believe, like believe, believe. Um, because I just feel like you're coming into your own here, Maureen. I'm so excited. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Maureen. Okay. She says yes, it's her favorite color. Okay, so on Instagram, and Cheryl, I'm gonna bring you in on this one too. Because I know Aubrey, so you know how it is to read for somebody that you know and love and you're invested in. So Aubrey asks, does my Aunt Leandra have a message for me?
Thank you. You have to turn the phone down to hear the.
Okay.
So this is what I feel your aunt's saying for you, and I do feel your aunt was a loud mentor for you, or had a great purpose in your life. I feel in some way she's trying to kind of get you to move forward in life, whether you're feeling stuck or you're feeling hesitancy, but she's trying to get you to try new things and to move forward. Like sometimes when we go into fear or we're not sure, we retreat and go back. And I'm hearing for her to say, no, 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 try new things, like get out there. Like you won't know until you try. It's something about like getting outside more or getting outside of our shell more. But you have it, like you have what it takes. So I'm hoping that you understand that resonates with you. Thanks, Jeffrey, for letting me step in on that.
Yeah, and Aubrey, although I know her, I don't know this aunt. But Aubrey, I wanna talk about the feeling that I get with this aunt, because there's a real there's a motherly vibe that I get from her. But along with this motherly vibe, there's just as much of a friendship vibe. Do you understand that, Aubrey? That like I feel like that you were, as much as she may have mothered you, there's a friendship vibe that I need to acknowledge for her. And given I know what's happening in the next 2 weeks, I feel like that there is like, you need to know that Aubrey's getting married in the next couple weeks, everybody. So that's what's happening here, and that's what's flashing in front of my screen in my head. But Aubrey, I feel like I have to bring to your awareness a white lily, and I feel like that is a message, your message from her, that she wants to bring to your attention. So just an FYI. And to know she's going to be there. So yeah. All right, Cheryl. I can't believe we're making this happen with you not even able to hear me. That is the weirdest thing. With you not even able to hear me.
And I have a little bit of a delay, but I'm so thrilled. And what a nice, and congratulations for Aubrey. I mean, that's so beautiful to know that your aunt. And I'm also hearing pretty and red with your aunt. So perhaps you can resonate with that. But let me pick a question. Uh let me just say, I'm going to look at my Instagram.
Yeah.
And M. Kentron asks, does my dog Isabella have a message for you? Your dog Isabella have a message for you. Well, I get this sense of memories that this animal would acknowledge that you took her for walks all the time. And I want to say that I keep hearing like best friends forever. And, you know, it's such a sisterhood or a soul sisterhood. Even though they're an animal, I do feel the soulmate connection. And I don't know, I'm sure, Jeffrey, you believe in soulmates with animals of any kind.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So, also, I just feel her having a sense of having her photograph out. I still want to say having some of her pretty things out, and I don't know. I just feel in a sense that you pampered her. So I just keep hearing long walks at night. So if you understand that, like in the evening hours, and really putting up with a lot, because I don't know if you lived in places where it was hard to sometimes put a deposit down for an animal, but you know, putting up with a lot with that, with the human regulations that we have or restrictions we have around animals, but that she's very pleased that you have moved on. And I do feel in some way you've gotten another pet or another animal. So yes, she was very pampered and very particular, or very and you were very particular about how you treated her, and all the grooming is what I'm feeling. So lots of love to her. I know you have her photograph or her picture every night before you go to bed. It's like she's right there, and I say goodnight with her. uh, and so I'm going to leave you with that. So thank you so much. Thank you, and I'm hoping that helped. And just let us know in the comments, if you will. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, I'm going to go to Birdie here. Birdie asks, would you be able to confirm if my abilities and things I've been receiving have been accurate? That I have been sensing, which have been so many different abilities, but then I begin to doubt myself. Yes. Yes, you are receiving, Birdie. You are receiving. I can see it all around you. Your connection is open. Your connections are open. And here's the thing: doubting ourselves is very, very. It happens to every single one of us. Is my point. It happens to every single one of us. Even if we've been doing this for decades, it still hits us from time to time. And here's the thing. I can see around you that your clairs are wide open. You're a super feeler. You're firing on all cylinders. But I really want to encourage further development where you have that safe space with others to really truly start to understand how your clairs work on your insides. Excuse me, because they feel a little bit different to each one of us. They come in, you know, some of us have stronger vision, stronger feeling, stronger hearing, however it might be, right? But in that development, in that safe space where we dare to be wrong, because it's in all the no's where we start to recognize, oh, the connection, the subtle communication feels different than the nose, and we start to understand where it starts to shift. So I really want to encourage that with you. And while I'm on this topic, Birdie, I hope that resonates with you. Heal with Shan is on Instagram, and Shan, I hope you're still here. Cheryl, Heal with Shan says, I'm a medium. Why can't I connect to my best friend or little brother? Then she says, doubting yourself is a huge part of mediumship building. Yes, things happen by chance, but spirit doesn't work by chance. It's truth. Yes, yes. So I love that. Thank you, Shan, for that comment. And why can't you connect to your best friend or little brother? You know, so many of us ask that same question. Suzanne Giesman, I'm sure most of you know who she is. I adore her. And her mother passed. and she didn't get a message from her mother. I think it took over 2 years. And she is, I mean, she's Suzanne Giesemann. You know what I mean? So there, it's one of those questions that, I mean, I wish we had answers to. It's like, where are you? You know, if spirit and the soul are limitless, why would it take 2 years? But then maybe it's in that 2 years or that time that we're going, hello, 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 hello. Maybe that whole lesson is just about us in having patience and being like, okay, we're going to surrender to when the timing is supposed to be here. And this is maybe my lesson in patience, or patience in my own development and my own, you know, what I'm demanding and expecting of spirit. What do you think about that, Cheryl? Cheryl's catching
Yeah,
up.
I agree. And I love everything that you said. Yes, a lot of it may have to do with us, and a lot of it, and that's why sometimes our loved ones can come through our friends or relatives easier, and then they give us the message that, you know, your mother or your brother came through. But it's about letting go and releasing all your expectations, and continue to ask and have gratitude, but don't hold on to it. It's almost like you have to free up this energy. And I also think that sometimes it may be harder to connect to people you're very close to, because you are expecting them to come through in a certain way. Uh, and it's normal, it's healthy, it's natural. But it will happen. It will definitely happen when you least expect it too. So you really can't, set your alarm to it. It's when you least expect it.
That's true. Yeah, Shan, I hope that she says maybe I'm hyper focused connecting if I get connected. Yeah, and that could be. You know, it's very possible. I mean, you know, when we're in our own grief and maybe we're trying too hard, maybe we're expecting too much of ourselves or of spirit, and you know, there is something to be said about that, I think. I mean, because seriously, you're not the first one. It happens to all of us. Oh, you're welcome, Shan. She says, thank you. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Can I
It
add
happens to all of us.
can I add a little bit more, Jeffrey, to
Oh,
that?
you're welcome, Shan. She says, thank you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted to add that.
Can I add this to all of us? Can I add a little bit
Sorry,
more,
sorry,
Jeffrey?
sorry.
It's okay.
Here I am. So this is the thing. I have an amazing memory of a friend of mine who took his life. It was several years ago. He's very young, and you never would have known it. He had such a big a smile. You never would have known it. But I never heard from him spiritually. I felt him immediately when he passed, but I didn't hear from him for months. Like, he never came to my dreams. We were pretty good friends. But he came to me when I least expected it. I was out of town on a business trip. I was having a business dinner. I mean, it's the last thing from my mind, right? The farthest thing from your mind. And that's when the message happened. I mean, that's when he came to me in a dream state. And I just want to say you really have to let the divine guide you on this, and trust and have faith, because it will happen. It will happen.
Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, guys. You know what? I think that is a really good note to end on here. Cheryl has been a true champ making this happen for us, as she can't hear anything from me, and some of you can't hear me on Facebook, and and I want to thank you all very, very much for spending this time with us. I know that you have a gazillion other places that your attention can be. And I just thank you all so much for being here. I love you all, those smithereens. Juanita's review, thank you for being here. I don't recognize your name, so thank you for being here. I saw that you've been posting a lot in the chat, but I haven't been able to follow it. But I just wanted to acknowledge you. Everybody on Instagram, thank you so much for being here. Cheryl, do you have anything that you want to say before we go?
Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. Namaste. Thank you, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And Jeffrey, thank you for inviting me back. It's such a beautiful vibration that you are sending to the world, and it's only joy that I feel always coming here and connecting with you. So thank you.
Ditto. All the time. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, next Wednesday, Debbie Romero is going to be with us again. So that's, anytime she's on, there's some excitement. So, all right, you guys, I love you all to smithereens. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.